Welcome to First Church of Religious Science. Welcome to our affirmative prayer. Today we're going to be doing a prayer to move us from a consciousness of scarcity to abundance. So this would be a great affirmative prayer for anyone who might be struggling with supply. And so I invite you to listen and take it into your being. Maybe listen another time or a second time. We start affirmative prayer off always from a meditative place where we contemplate the first step of affirmative prayer, which is recognition. So I'd invite you to get all comfortable, take a little pause to slow yourself down and center yourself in what we'll call God awareness, or the awareness that Spirit is all that there is. So as we enter into the first step of affirmative prayer, we recognize that Spirit is always a presence. It's never an absence. So we invite this notion of this presence into our mind, into our heart, into our consciousness, knowing that this power, this presence is always with us. It's always been with us. It always will be. It's the thing itself. It's been here since the very beginning. It will always be here. And it comforts us to know that it's indwelling, this power, this presence that we recognize is in us and operating through us. So once again, welcome to First Church of Religious Science. I'm going to do an affirmative prayer for anyone experiencing any kind of scarcity. You all have heard of Wayne Dyer. He once said, abundance is not something we acquire, it's something we tune into. You've heard before that the kingdom of good or God is at hand. So we live in it, we move in it, we have our being in it. So let's bring that into our hearts, bring it into our atmosphere, and let us remember those words, those truths. And let's tune into abundance by affirming the truth. We start by, again, recognition, knowing that there's one power, one energy that's everywhere, and it's in you. And that power is good. It's ever present. It's omnipresent. There's not a spot where God is not. So again, as you settle in and get relaxed and centered in the idea that you are surrounded by this loving presence, power, know that it's in you. It operates through you. Know that there is something within you that is sustaining you and sustaining life everywhere, all of us. And you're an individualization of it. You're a part of it. And now as I begin, I ask you to be open and receptive to new ideas, to transformation, to healing in this affirmative prayer. And in the affirmative prayer, I speak in the first person. So in a world where there's news of conflict of every kind, economic, social, political uncertainties, and personal challenges seem to be everywhere. It could all be overwhelming. It's easy to feel engulfed by the scarcities that show up in life, or the shadows of scarcity, lack of peace, or scarcity of money, opportunities, scarcity of resources, and much more. All this stuff seems to show up everywhere. The thing is, as you get into the teaching, we understand that we live in an abundant world, a world that's rich and abundant. So we start out by knowing that we live, move, and we have our being in this opulent, loving energy. So we want to be open and receptive to new ideas of supply, because we know what the mind can see and believe it will achieve. So today, I'm asking everyone to be open and receptive to new ideas of supply, new avenues in mind that will allow us to receive. This domain, what people used to call a kingdom, is at hand. You've all heard that before. And this prayer is to open the door, create an avenue within you to receive greater good. So I'm doing the affirmative prayer, as I said, in the first person. This affirmative prayer will lead us from the shadows of lack and limitation to the light of abundance. Once again, let's begin with the first step. It's important for us always to understand that the infinite presence is ever present. It's the ever-present reality of your life. You might say to yourself, I live, move, and have my being in this givingness, this opulent givingness. This presence is not confined by our fears or our ideas of limitations. It is the source itself of all abundance, and it lives within you, and it's endlessly available. By recognizing this energy is in operation 24 hours a day, I open myself to a profound shift as I move from focusing on lack to realizing the infinite potential that is indwelling. This recognition is the first key to unlocking a life of true abundance. I often say spirit or source is a presence and never an absence. I have power to use, a power that allows me to change my mentality into a prosperous, dynamic consciousness. As I change my consciousness, I begin to see life as an abundant process. And then I demonstrate the greater life I desire. So again, I'm doing this in the first person. So in the light of this understanding, in this ever-present abundance of the divine, I affirm my transition from scarcity to abundance. The fears and the uncertainties that once seemed overwhelming to me are dissolving in the truth of life's endless supply. I release the need for scarcity thinking. I let go of fears about not having enough, the anxieties about the future, and all the uncertainties that have clouded my vision up till now. I release the need for lack. I'm empowered by the limitless possibilities of life. At this moment, I declare myself a vessel of abundance. I'm deserving of prosperity, peace, and joy. The universe generously provides everything I need. I'm supplied and supported now and always. I acknowledge this abundance. It's in my life. It's in me, both visible and hidden. I embrace both the flow of giving and receiving, which is the natural rhythm of the universe. As I affirm this truth, I trust in the law to bring it into manifestation. I release these words into the law, confident in their perfect operation and demonstration. And with gratitude and faith, I let it be. I let it go. And so it is. Thank you.